Hey, let's try it again with audio. Can you guys hear me this time? Welcome back to the bunker. My name is Andrew. We're going to do Wild Color Wednesday episode finally after a couple of weeks away. So stay tuned. We got a good one for you. Hey, everybody, welcome back to the bunker. Like I said, my name is Andrew. I'll be hosting tonight's Wild Color Wednesday episode finally after a couple of weeks being away from y'all. How you guys doing? What's up, Mr. Waller? How you doing, sir? Yes, finally back in the bunker. Doing good? Heck yeah. Looks like we got a few folks online already. Let me know where you guys are watching from. Love to know. Just drop in the comments there. Looks like I might have a little bit of a delay on the comments in my end, but that's okay. Either way, we're going to go ahead and get started with tonight's episode. I'm excited. One, to be back with you guys. Of course, I missed y'all. Two, love being back in the bunker, doing what I love. This is what I cherish right here. So, without further ado, let's briefly. I'll tell you what. Let's do the official cheers, and we will get started. Yes, Joey, he's got it. So, hopefully, you guys have a nice cold beverage. Hopefully, you guys are sitting down and relaxing. Julie, hometown of Kuna, Idaho. Thanks for tuning in. What's up, Paul? Heck yeah. Hey, Sammy. Thanks for tuning in, brother. Frozen Minnesota, Joe says. I know which Joe that is. So thanks for tuning in, Joe. Heck yeah. Awesome. All right. So cheers to y'all. Hopefully you guys are ready for a good episode. I'm kind of excited to share this. So I was doing some spring cleaning the other day and stumbled upon kind of a treasure. Murphy, Idaho in the house. What's up, Paul? Brad Meyer says, Grandma and I are watching from her place in Illinois. So love you, Grandma. Thanks for tuning in. Love and miss you. Hopefully you guys aren't freezing your butt off like half the country is right now. But anyway, the other day I was doing some spring cleaning and I found, I'll just show you. So through the years, I've acquired different bait makers, old materials. This one's was a good friend of mine, Willie Tompkins, passed away, unfortunately, years ago during COVID stuff, some cancer complications. So Willie, miss you, bud. But one of the things I got from Willie was some bait making stuff. And lo and behold, I start going through the couple of boxes that I had, and look what I found. I've got some old recipe books of just pages and pages and pages of plastic worm recipes. So I'm going to share one of these with you tonight. So this is going to be one of Willie's old recipes called Purple Weenie. Can't wait to make it for you guys. What's up, Martin? What's up, Trevor? Trevor says, send me baits. I'm a fan. All you guys are fans, right? Don't worry. We're going to give some away tonight. So you get a chance, Trevor, to win some baits this evening. Don't worry. Be on the lookout for the official post, probably on Friday. We'll be putting that out. So what's up, Martin? What's up, Dave? Man, what's up, Frank? All kinds of people going on. It's all right. Let's go ahead and get started here then. So this color tonight is called, like I said, Purple Weenie. It's kind of a purple over a watermelon is the base, but we're going to add a little bit of flakes. And of course, we're going to do a little bit of bunker baits flair to it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. What's up, Scotty? Let's go ahead and get going. So the top color is a purple base. So we're going to start off with quite a few drops of this Lure Works Black Grape 203. This is one of my favorite black grapes that we use around here in the bunker. Hey, Frank. So let's get started. We're obviously not going to measure any of this. We're just going to start pouring stuff in here. Hopefully you guys can see what's going on. And this is all going to be to taste. So I know there's a recipe, but I got to put my flair on it just a little bit. Okay, so there's quite a bit of black grape. We're not going to go too crazy. Uh-oh, I hear our mascot wanting to come out. He won't stop until I let him out. Give me 1 second. Let me get Miller. Come on, buddy. You want to come say hi? Huh? Be a good boy. Sit. Sit. Up. Let me say hi. Almost everybody. Yeah, everybody can see ya. There we go. Good boy. All right, go lay down. Go. All right, so we've added some black grapes at the top. We're also going to add some of this new color from Dead on Plastic. It's called Dopamine. This is a purple base with kind of a green change effect to it. We're going to add a little bit of that. What's up, Delta Mike? Excuse me if I'm missing some comments here. I'm going to try to get to all of them. All right, so let's add some of this Dopamine. This will probably thicken up that purple side just a little bit and give it this, hopefully, a little bit of a green hue. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. As it gets a little bit thicker here, this will be better. Okay, I like that. Let me pull some out here. I'm just going to set some on the... Yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking for. Okay, that's going to be the base color to start. A pretty translucent purple. You know what? I'm going to liven this up just a little bit. We're not going to wait to give it a good one. Yeah, it says, hello from the south side. Rita says, tell us about Shasta. How was it? Yeah, I just... yeah, Miller Line on point. You got it. Shasta was a blast. So for me, that was my very first time being to Shasta. I'd never been to that body of water before. If you're curious here, I'm adding some color called purple, straight up Dead on Plastics purple. Just going to add a few of these. There we go. Okay. Shasta, never been there before. So a pretty large lake. It's California's largest reservoir, I believe. And I had about a day and a half, day and 3/4 to try to figure that place out. So down there with my good buddy Lance did some, hey, John, what's up, dude? Thanks for tuning in. Hey, Rick Denny. Heck yeah. Thanks for tuning in. Mike Beach in the house. What's up? So we had about a day and a half, day and 3/4 to learn what is Shasta Lake, which is huge. It's monstrous. So we split the lake in half, checked out the entire east end day one, checked out the middle and west north end on day two. Thought I was on okay fish, thought I could scrape together 10 pounds. Went out there day one, and all the fish that I had working on day one did not want to cooperate. At least the bigger ones didn't want to bite. They were pretty pressured. Day two, little bit better, adapted. Wind was blowing though, so maybe that helped the bite. But I came in day one, had 8.19, put me in like 89th after day one. That was pretty crappy. And then day two, went out there, caught 10.67 and jumped all the way up to 54th on day two. But you got to be top 10 to fish day three. So that's where I ended up. Shasta, 54th out of 119, I think it was. So not horrible, not great, kind of middle of the pack road. But hey, it was a learning experience. A tough one too, man. You had to finagle them fish just right to get them to bite it. Seeing that. Yeah, Lance, you got it. All right, let's keep on going here. Purple base color is done. We're going to do the base color on the belly first, and then we're going to add some flake, but I'm going to add the flake to both at the same time. So we're going to start off on the belly color. It's supposed to be watermelon is the recipe, but we're going to use this color called Melons from Dead on Plastic. That's the one we're going to add first. There we go. To get our base color. Chris says, yeah, but how much? Whatever you're thinking times 10. That's how much, Chris. It was a weird bite. It's been a couple of years since I fished for spotted bass. Not that they're that different, but sometimes fish just want things presented in a very specific way. And if it's not that specific way, good luck trying to get bit that good. You're going to catch some, but all right. So this is kind of a little bit darker of a watermelon color, closer to kind of a green pumpkin base. So we're going to add some of this to start. Not crazy. The belly is going to be a little bit more translucent. And then what we're going to do is we're going to spice it up a little bit with some Neo Lime. This is kind of a very, very bright lime color, a neon lime. It's UV reactive. Dude, it's monstrous, Chris. Mr. Peterson in the house. What's up, dude? Cheers. Hey, Mr. Callahan. How you doing, sir? Thanks for tuning in. Hey, Roy. Hey, Deb. Yeah, we got all kinds of folks tuning in. All right, we're going to keep going on this belly color here. A couple drops of this green just to liven it up. Just a little bit, nothing crazy. We still kind of want it to be a little bit natural, but not. We got to put our little bunker base flare on it. It is Wild Color Wednesday after all. Okay, so there we go. There's that kind of looks like a puke green. No, we got to keep going on this lime just a little bit. Better. Okay, now we're starting to look like Ninja Turtle slime a little bit. I like that. Okay, now for the flake color. We're going to add red and green flake all together. All right, Dad, sounds good. Love you. Thanks for tuning in. Ricky says Seahawks green. Oh, Ricky. Oh, hang on. I lost you guys. 1 second. You guys can probably still hear me. Looks like I got to swap the battery, maybe. Where are we at? Yeah, we're out of battery. Give me 1 second. I could have swore I charged these. Technical difficulties. Wouldn't be a live show without them, you know that? It's a good thing I carry a spare battery kind of ready to go. We back? We back, Jack? There we go. Woohoo! Right on. No Seahawks green. Who you guys got? Super Bowl. Who's got what? Who's got the Pats? Who's got the Seahawks? Brian says, am I in the bunker tomorrow? Yes, sir. I will be here pretty much all day tomorrow. So anytime, Brian. Just shoot me a text, dude. Yeah, who do you got for the Super Bowl? All right, I'm going to add some flakes while you guys are thinking about that. Here we go. This is large green flake, a 0.040 Kelly green. So we're going to add this to both sides. Not crazy, because we got a lot of flake to add to both sides. And then we're going to add the small green, same color, Kelly green, but this is the 0.015. Now, with the small flake, a little bit goes a long way, so don't overdo it if you don't have to. Brian says Seahawks. Dale says we need spots on the strike. Dale, that'd be a lot of fun. We'd catch a lot more. Dang things. It says a couple fitter hats are too big. The white camel ones, do you throw them in? Yeah, dude, I can, Lance. Absolutely. Jason says Pats. Paul says Hawks. Okay, here's small red. This is 0.015 red. And red seems to go a long way, so we're barely going to do that one. And then I've got some large red. Oh, I moved it. Here it is. Thanks for the likes, Mr. Funk. How you doing, sir? Okay, and a little bit of large red. Let's stir these up and see what these look like. Jake Baird in the house. What's up? Howdy, howdy. Frank says, I hope they both lose. Frank, I kind of agree with you. My whole family on my dad's side are all Broncos fans. And once the Pats beat the Broncos, it was kind of like, who cares? I just really want a good game, honestly. And I'm rooting for, man, I really love watching college guys come up and play in NFL and do well. I was kind of rooting for the Bills a little bit. I like Shakir from Boise State from years ago. I think he's a heck of an athlete. So I like that aspect of the football, but I hate the franchising, all the crap that goes in with the NFL, but who knows? Rather watch the Nutcracker. Oh, Dan, you're going to light a fire there. All right, you guys have at it in the comment section. I'm going to quit keeping up with them. Mr. Powell in the house. How you doing, sir? Thanks for tuning in. What's up, Vinny? Thanks for the share. Awesome. Appreciate you guys. All right, I think we're getting close. All right, we're going to test and see what these look like for the first run. We'll grab a little bit of this with the flakes. Okay, I like where that's at. I still think the belly side green is not, well, okay, just a little bit more of this chartreuse or neo lime in the mix, and then we're going to zap these in the microwave here in just a second. This is going to give it, I think, more of a Joker feel with a little bit more of that neo lime, but I think we are there. All right, let me get these in the microwave, and we'll get going on round one. Finally, this is taking a little bit this evening, but hey, we got a lot to talk about. I haven't seen you guys in a little bit. Okay, got those going. What else? Rick says, heck yeah, Broncos, but lost their QB. Yeah, losing Knicks hurt them pretty bad. I know the replacement quarterback didn't start a game for 721 days, if I remember right. So it's kind of hard to be competitive at that level. Mr. Sir says, try bringing a Saints fan. Right. Sorry for all you guys. Your teams didn't make it to the Super Bowl, but that's how it goes. So, unfortunately, not everybody can be there, but You guys had a run at it. A lot of teams had a good run at it. Okay, I think we're good for the first round at least. I've got some other things in mind if we keep going that we may add to this as we get going a little bit later. But as you guys know, stay tuned. We're going to pick a winner from the last time we were live. The Golden Shiner color, courtesy Yellow Barn Woodcrafting, was a little bit different to enter the contest last week. Hopefully you guys followed along. I think I've got about 7, maybe 8 names for the giveaway. But we'll be picking those right after the first round as soon as we pour these. But we will keep going here. Okay, I want to make sure I don't miss anybody here. What's up, Benny? What's up, Twins Dad? How's it going, man? Thank you, sir. Appreciate it, Rick. Thank you for the likes. Okay, as far as molds, to see what these, we're going to use a standard blending block, laminate block, a top and a bottom. We're going to do some warthogs to see what those look like. And then we're also going to do the 4-inch grenadiers, the beaver style baits. So that'll be the very first one. Lance, you talking about the who was the halftime show that they picked? Scott Ryle told me this morning. Bad Bunny. I've never even heard of this person. Can somebody tell me who that is? Who's Bad Bunny? Please, somebody. Oh, Dan says Gold Shiner definitely works well in Florida. That's right. Dan picks them up right before he went down there. Hopefully they did work well for you, Dan. Okay, purple weenie color coming up. Looks like we got a little bit of bubbles here we're going to take care of. Make sure with the optimal temperature to get the best results possible. Oh, yeah. I think we are up to temp. That looks great. That looks great. If anything, the green side's a little bit too hot. Heck yeah. Yeah, I stirred a little too vigorously on my my first attempt to mix some stuff in there, but that's okay. All right, here we go with round one. Let me grab my dual injector here. We'll make sure everything's nice and hot. First round going down of tonight's Wild Color Wednesday after a 3-week hiatus, I believe it was. It was bad. Sorry, guys. Tried to get in there, but John says Bad Bunny sucks. Nobody cares. And Ricky's excited. I don't know, Ricky. What do you say? All right, here we go. Round one going down of tonight's color, Purple Weenie, which is a kind of a purple over a watermelon. All right, round one going down. Here we go. Okay, there's the second one. We got 2 more of those, or 2 more molds to shoot. Man, I hope these turn out good. I think they will. If not, we're going to make some major adjustments in the second round. It'll look a lot better. Let me get these topped off here. And we will set the timer to let those cool off. Get those revealed here in just a second. Oh, we're going to have to top off those grenadier molds. There we go. I think we're topped off. Okay, let's pick a winner from the Golden Shiner color from, I think, 6 years ago. That's when we did our last episode. So, all right, let's get these. Okay, we're going to go to desktop. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. Okay, good. You can see me and hear me over there. All right, we are going to go over to our spreadsheet names. 8. That's right. We got 8 names for tonight's giveaway. Let me get all these copied. Go back over to our wheel. Get the names pasted in. Okay. We're going to shuffle these a bunch of times. You guys can't get mad at me. I'm just going to shuffle the crap out of them. So, okay. 1 spin to win. Who's it going to be for this week's Golden Shiner color? Spinning away. Let's see what happens. What's up, Wayne? Thanks for tuning in. Hey, Lenny. What's up, dude? How's it going? Tonight's winner is none other than Mike. Mike, you gotta come back pick up. So, congrats, Mike, on this week's winner of the Golden Shiner color. Again, courtesy of Yellow Barn Woodcrafting. Let's give these guys a shout out real quick. My buddy Joey down in Louisiana in Gonzales. So thank you, Joey, for being the sponsor for the week we did the Golden Shiner color. I know it's been forever before we picked a color, but thank you guys for participating. Really helped the Yellow Barn Woodcrafting page out a lot. You guys went over there, gave it a couple of likes, gave it some shares, some comments. That really helps some traction go as far as visibility. Get some viewership over that page. So I want to thank you guys so much for participating, those that did. And again, congrats, Mike Meza, on being the winner of Golden Shiner color that we did just a couple of weeks ago. So congrats, man. Let me know when you want to swing by and pick those up. Let me get these topped off here real quick. There we go. Okay, let me get these in the microwave. Get ready for round two. Round two molds. I've got some in mind. They're set aside, but I want to wait and see what these look like when we open them before I proceed with the next one. But I think they'll be good. But all right, here we go. Man, we got 22 folks online already. That's awesome. Good deal. All right. Okay, so Shasta, we were talking about that. Yeah, the wrap up end of 54th was nice to get out there and fish a bigger tournament. Out here on the West Coast. Looking forward to the next big one for me is going to be Lake Pickwick in Alabama for the Bass Federation National Championship, or Federation National Championship, I should say, the FNC. We'll see how it goes. I've never been to Pickwick either. So, okay, sounds good, Lance. We will include those. Oh, that's right. How many you say you had, Lance? How many hats? The one? If it's just the one, Mike's the winner. But if you got more than one, what I'll do is I'll probably give it away next week too, but if that works for you. Okay, Teresa says, Luke. Hey, what's up, Teresa? How's it going? What's up, Luke? How's it doing? I should have worn my glasses. Jan says, could use a new cutting board. How do I go about getting one? Joey, you want to get with Dan? Dan, my buddy's name is Joey, or you can go straight to the Yellow Barn Woodcrafting page, send him a message there. If not, I can pass along contact info so you guys can get in touch with each other. Okay, sounds good, Lance. One this week and one next week. Got it. Perfect. Roy says Pickwick is awesome. Roy, I may need to give you a call, man. Pick your brain a little bit. I can get info until March 8th. March 8th starts the off limits. So we're good till then. If any of you guys have any tips and tricks about old Lake Pickwick, or Pickwick Lake, I should say, part of the Tennessee River system down there. Okay, I got yelled at again. Why does it always do that? AI is awesome. All right. This is what the colors look like in the, well, let me back up here so you guys can actually see it. The blending block, there's the two. I know this thing kind of looks like the flux capacitor from Back to the Future, but these are the two colors that are tonight's laminate color, if you will, if this will focus. So hopefully the purple weenie color in the worm shapes actually turn out pretty good. John says, what about my custom cutting boards? That is true. John, the reason I threw my buddy Joey out there is because he sponsored the last episode. But there is an option here locally, Dan, as well. You can head over to Apex Home Solutions. My buddy John over there does really good work. Very detailed work if you're looking for some specific stuff. Sorry, John. Roy says, heading to Gunnersville Sunday through Wednesday. Okay, sounds good. I'll probably hit you up after Wednesday next week, Roy. Heart spot, swim baits, Pickwick, dress warm. Yeah. There we go, Dan. Joey just put his info down below. So check that out. So, all right, here we go. Let's open up the injector real quick. We'll get this one cleared and we will get prepped for round two before we open up round one. And then we can keep going. The only thing we may need to do, there's something with that green side. I like how the purple looks. It's almost got like a June bug base looking color, but we're going to see here in just a second. Let's open up. That'll actually tell us what's going on. So 70 on Tuesday, Wednesday. That's nice. Oh, you're welcome, Teresa. Absolutely. John, I know you were. It's all good. All right, here we go. First reveal. Okay. I like how transparent the tail section is on this. This is the Warthog. We'll go ahead and show you guys here real quick kind of what, look how transparent those tails are in the the warthog. Let's pull some of these out and see. Let's just pluck one off there. What do you guys think? If it'll actually focus. There we go. So you got a little bit of green, a little bit of purple. Definitely way translucent. We can probably add some more color to these to kind of, but it's not bad. I like it. I don't know. What do you guys think? We got one more of those to open up here. Stronger colors or keep it more transparent, more see-through, less opaque. Brian says, good looking color. Thank you, Brian. Hey, there's some hearts. Heck yeah. Fishing with Funk must like it. He's got the #1 sticker, man. Watermelon Disco Party. I like it, man. It's interesting. It's something a little bit different. Let's see if you can show you guys up there kind of how. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Frank says, leave it. Jeremy says, yep, looks good. What's up, Jeremy? Keep it as is. Okay, we'll keep rolling. I like it. I like it if you like it. If you like it, I love it. How's that? That's even better. That's even better. All right, I need to get a tray started for some of these. Okay, there's the warthogs. Those ones are good. Now we've got to get the beavers, or as we call them, the grenadiers. Which, man, this got me thinking the other day. I was thinking about a bigger flipping bait. Joey says, leave it. Steve says, go darker. Keep it as is. Keep it as is. Nice. Looks good. Okay, we might have one person out there thinking we have to go. Hey, Jay says, nice. What's up, Jay? How you doing, sir? All right, here are the 4-inch grenadiers. You can see that green side. I like this view because it shows you a little bit of a thicker body. You can see a little bit more of that green kind of coming through there. And then the purple side actually ends up looking more like a smoke color in these little bit of the bigger body. But it is pretty transparent. Choices. Frank says he would take some warthogs. Hey, Mike, he made it. Good news, Mike. You were the winner tonight of the golden shiner color. So Mike now has 2 giveaways to come pick up. Dan says platoon leaders. I think that would look good. Yeah, Joker from Batman. I like it, Teresa. Yeah. Good call, Luke. Here we go. There's the second one of those, of the group there anyway. There's the green side. Maybe I need a little bit more light here so you guys can actually see them. There we go. You can see a lot of that green come through on that angle. Okay, sounds good, Mike. I'll be here, I think, pretty much all day. So just give me a holler before you head over to make sure, but I should be here. Okay, there is round 1 hung up, ready to go. Let me nuke some plastic for another 30 seconds here. We will get set up for the next round. So we got those done. How about we do? That's what we'll do. I like the platoon leader idea, Dan. Let's run some of those. And then I want to see what these are going to look like in the paratrooper. I think the paratrooper is an underrated bait that we offer that can be beneficial for many reasons. It's a very versatile bait. You can run it as a trailer. You can run it solo Texas rig, trailer on so many applications, a swim jig, a spinner bait, you name it. It's a cool little bait. So we're going to do some of that. And then, so yeah, paratroopers and platoon leaders. That'll be the next 2 we do right now. Oh, I smashed my gloves over here. That's why I couldn't see them. All right, let me grab the plastic. Let's get going on round 2 here. We're kind of on pace. It's about 7:30 or so, so I think we will be on pace for our less than an hour show. Again, appreciate you guys hanging out, sticking with us as long as you have. Really appreciate it. Yeah, Joey. Joey says, yes, the paratrooper. Frank wants some jar heads. That will also be looking good. I think we'll have enough for an encore round, Frank. Maybe we can squeeze the jar heads in there. All right, here we go. Round 2 of tonight's purple weenie color. Let's see what happens. Here we go. Okay, paratroopers are first. Get those going down. like to hold a little bit of pressure on these with cold molds. That way we don't get any dents or anything like that. So, okay, get that one topped off. Here comes the paratroopers. I think we have enough plastic for 2 of those, but okay, there's one. Hey, what's up, Lauren? If you guys are just tuning in this evening, we're making a color called Purple Weenie. This was from an old recipe book from a good friend of mine, Willie Tompkins. He was also a bait maker for many, many, many years. So it's kind of cool to stumble upon some of those older recipe books from back in the day. It's kind of like gold, finding the treasure map for some of that stuff. So I breezed through a little bit of it so far, but seems like there might be some secrets in there that may or may not find its way on this show here in the near future. So very cool to find that. All right, we're going to top these off here. We're going to do that one more time. These platoon leaders drink a lot of plastic while they're cooling off. There we go. All right, we'll let those start cooling off. Yeah. What else is going on? Oh, for anybody local here in the Treasure Valley, a couple of good things going on. One on February 21st, at the Idaho Rod and Reel classroom, we're going to be hosting an event, kind of a membership drive, informational event for the Idaho Bass Federation, as well as any other TBF affiliated club in the Valley. If you guys want to send a rep, this will be going out here real soon. But if you guys are local here in the Treasure Valley, February 21st over at Idaho Rod and Reel, we're going to do a little get together out there. We've invited the guys from Western Lake Bass to come out, maybe provide a little bit of information on what they've got going on this year. This is going to be a new team event series out here out west for them. We're going to be cooking some probably hamburgers, hot dogs, chips, things like that. Come on out. Get yourself a plate of food, $10 to eat. Kids eat free. We'll announce the ages here real soon. But if you guys want to come out, just hang out. February 21st, we'll kind of do it could be a nice cabin fever event too. Get out of the house, come talk fishing for a little bit. So if you guys are local here in the Treasure Valley, up here in the Boise area, come on out. February 21st. I think we're doing noon to 3. I think that's what we're doing. So it'll be nice, short, sweet, to the point. But if you guys ain't got nothing going on, come on out. Love to see you. I'll be up there probably talking a little bit about the Idaho Bass Federation. Okay, Lance says he'll be there for IBM. Awesome. I got to get in touch with a couple of the other presidents of their clubs in the area and see if they want to come out and do kind of a member drive as well. That'd be fun. Thanks, Lance. Appreciate it. Ooh, that is still quite hot. I should have waited a few minutes. These digits don't have the sensitivity they used to have back in the day. Brian says 11-3. Okay, that's what it was. I think the video went out. Carson Miller today put out one with Idaho Rod and Reel conjunction, so that's good. Gator Boy says, where do you fish? Man, I fish a lot over here in the West Coast, but my home waters, if I had to pick, no, I can't pick one. There's about 4 or 5 that I like. But I cut my teeth fishing CJ Strike Reservoir. That's where I learned to bass fish from back in the day. All the way back in 1996, 97. It was my first year fishing tournaments. I'd have to look I got some plaques from back in the day. I got Rookie of the Year for the Mountain Home Hog Hunters back when I was like 16. So that was my introduction to bass fishing way back in the day. But that's where I mostly fish, if that answers your question, Gator Boy. Heck yeah. Let me see what else going on. We're almost ready to open these molds here. All right, let's get lined up for round 3. So, yeah, like I said, February 21st. That should be a fun event. Lance, I may need to borrow your grill. I'll bring the propane, but something to just cook some burgers and hot dogs on. That'd be nice. I'd bring mine, but it's old school charcoal. It takes forever. But, what else? What else is coming up? Blue Nugget tournament's coming up at the end of this month. If you're local here at CJ Strike, February 28th. There's the Blue Nugget tournament. Who's putting that one on? Does anybody know? I can't remember who said they were putting that one on. Is that Raider? Derek? I can't remember. It's all good. All right, let me get this stuff cleared up here so we can get ready for round 3. We've got some paratroopers to open and some platoon leaders on this round. I wonder what these look like in those finesse leeches too. The little guys, the little 3-inch ones. And sometimes that matches the hatch. Okay, sounds good, Lance. Gator Boy says, what is your PB? PB largemouth is just over 8 pounds out of Toledo Bend, Louisiana / Texas. And then my PB smallmouth is out of CJ Strike way back in the day. It was a little over 5 pounds, like 5.1 something way back in the day. Those are my PBs as far as bass goes. Spotted bass, my PB was probably this last tournament at Shasta. I think I weighed a 2.57. That's my PB spotted bass. If that throws. Okay, Roger Stringer is. Okay, got it. Thanks, Dan. Appreciate it. Well, thanks, Lance. Thanks, Julie. There they all popping up. Okay, so Stringer's putting on the Blue Nugget tournament at CJ February 28th. If you guys got nothing going on, weather should be good. I won't be there, unfortunately. I'll be at baseball tryouts for my son that day, unfortunately. I really wanted to fish that, but they're doing baseball tryouts, and I better be there to root my boy on. He's found a love for baseball, and I'm going to try to encourage that and run with that as much as I can. So, hey, Mr. Houston in the house. What's up, Will? How you doing, sir? It's okay. If you guys are just tuning in, tonight's color is called Purple Weenie. It's kind of a flashback, an old school color. What derb is 28? Sam, the derb is called the Blue Nugget on CJ Strike on the 28th. It's a team event. Roger Stringer's putting it on. It should be out on the fishing page here pretty soon. Yeah, the Blue Nuggets is right. Joey. Oh, that's right, Joey. I guess if we're talking different all species, last summer we got some nice red snapper, 20 pounders probably, maybe more. Biggest fish ever, probably sturgeon. I would have to say it'd be the biggest one I've ever landed. 9.5 footer back in 2000. I was in high school when I caught that one. So, but yeah, right. Well, all right, here we go. This is the paratroopers again. Good translucent tail section. If you guys can see kind of some of those, how those are working. Very translucent in the tail section with just a little bit of flake. Let's see what it looks like when we pull it up here. What's the reveal going to be? Yeah, we're getting kind of that Joker-esque feel. Not like a slap in your face kind of Joker, but this is, look at that laminate color. If you guys can see that. You know what? Is this gonna light up? I'm gonna try something here. I've got a black light. That belly color with that little bit of that neon lime. Is it gonna react to it? Oh, just a little bit. You guys can see a little bit of that. Hang on, we're gonna try something here. Hold tight. There we go. There's that UV side. Check out. Ooh, those look cool. The purple doesn't stand out as much, but that green side does. You guys see that? Oh, those are cool looking. We do the rest of the show under black light. Mike Beach says, you ever fish Sam Rayburn? I made it over there one time, Sam. I never fished it from a boat. I had like an hour to fish it from a dock that I found. But I didn't get over there with my boat the whole time I was down there, unfortunately. Man, that looks freaking sweet. There you go. Frank says, nice. Yeah, okay. We're going to turn a few lights back on. Maybe we can do the rest of the show in the dark. There you go. Maybe you guys can see me a little bit better here. A little bit, maybe. Let's brighten this up right there. There we go. Maybe you guys can see you there. Thanks, Teresa. Oh, that's funny, Lance. Ricky, what say you? That was funny. All right, here we go. Paratroopers done. Let's check out the platoon leaders. These are our 5-inch stick bait, if you will. Nickname. I guess most people just call them Cincos, but there we go. A very translucent style stick bait. You can see that green on the belly side there. Check those out. Can you guys see that better, I guess, with the dark? Yeah, Lance says it looks better with the darker background. Do you guys like this setup better? You guys can see it? It's not so blaring. Okay, there's one. Let's do one more here. Oh, gotcha, Mike. Okay. Yeah, no worries, man. I wish I could help you. I don't know much about Rayburn. Dan, Rick, you guys got any tips for Rayburn? You guys were there just a couple of years ago. They were down there for the Federation National Championship a couple of years ago. Ooh, I like these. Really good laminate lines coming through here. You guys can kind of see them there. That purple versus green. There you go. Thanks, Dan. Appreciate it. If you guys want to send each other messages, man, that'd be awesome if you could help out. Mr. Beach, he's got a young angler, Hunter, that is a solid stick out of Colorado that fishes a lot of youth tournaments. So you guys remember the name Hunter Beach for years to come. I promise you. So Mike, you're doing good things, man. Hunter's on his way. So thanks, Lance. Appreciate it. All right, let me get these hung up. We're gonna get going on round 3 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Okay. Helps if I grab some gloves. Miller, you keep changing your mind more than, well, something that changes their mind a lot. There you go. All right. I want to see what some froggies look like. So we're going to do some of those. And then I think it was Frank that said jar heads. And I kind of like that idea. So let's do some jar heads. If I can find there they are. Let's do some jar heads. So frogs and jar heads for round 3, and then we'll see what we got left. I've got a couple other ones laid out there that I think if we got enough plastic, it might be worth it. We still got 20 minutes to go, so. Hey, awesome. Good link up. Appreciate you guys. Good deal. Funk says, time of year to be checking the drains, the ditches. Drains and ditches is what I got. Okay, thanks. Thanks, Rick. Rick, you care if I share your contact info with Mike Beach, the dude out of Colorado? He may have some questions. So, all right, Lance, have a good night, brother. Thanks for tuning in. All right, let me grab this plastic. No, it's not going to be ready for round. Well, maybe it is. Did it stay warm enough? I think we did. Okay. I think we stayed warm enough. No, we didn't. I lied. It looked like it was ready. We got to do another at least 30 seconds, maybe a minute worth of zapping here. We'll get ready for the last round. I don't know if we got enough plastic for more than one round. It's going to be darn close. After we do the frogs and the jar heads, that may be it for tonight. So we'll see. Okay, sounds good, Rick. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Mike, I'll let you know. I got another buddy, Rick, that's been down there. Oh, excuse me, too. So we'll definitely get you hooked up with some folks that have been to Rayburn before. Oh, man, that tastes extra delicious this evening, by the way. Right on. Good deal. Heck yeah. Fishermen helping fishermen and women. Don't want to forget you guys. When I say fishermen, I'm not excluding you, I promise. There's some female sticks out there that I don't want to go against, but it's going to happen sooner or later. Quite a few female bass anglers jumping on the opens I've seen this year. The over at Bassmasters got the opens. They just did the Kissimmee chain, and I saw quite a few female anglers out there doing their thing. So kudos to those women, man. That's amazing. Awesome. You're welcome, Mike, for sure. All right, that is plenty hot. I think we went just a little bit too much, maybe. Oh yeah, nice and roasting hot. All right, jar heads and froggies coming up for round 3 here. And like I said, folks, I don't know if I'll have any more plastic after this one to do a full round. It's going to be so close. We're going to see. I might be able to get 1 mold, maybe 2. Yeah, we'll make it happen. We'll pick something. Okay, here goes the froggies. These are our scuba frogs, which I think are pretty underrated soft plastic bait. Mike, I've got lots of the Shammer Twins in stock. This is Mike Meza. Just let me know what color you want. If it's tonight's color, I won't have any ready by tomorrow. But I've got lots of other colors in those Twin Tails, Mike. Just let me know what you're looking for. All right, there was the second frog mold. Here goes the jar heads. There we go. Okay, 1 more to go here. I think we got just enough plastic for this Yeah, just enough for this round. Good. Get those topped off. Oh yeah, we got enough for a fourth round. We'll make it work. Okay, we just got to decide on what molds we're going to do for this fourth round here. Mike, I think you're talking about the color I'm doing tonight. If I have enough, I can whip some up. We could possibly do the remount, but we'll make that happen. So we don't exclude anybody but Elvis. Oh man. Okay, those are cooling off. We are getting so close. Yeah, we got just enough plastic. I know we can do at least one more mold. At least one more. What would be another one? I set out the spotter. I thought this would look good in a drop shot worm. I think that would look good. And then I kind of want to see what these look like in a tube. So that's the next two molds I've got set up that I think will be just enough to make this happen. So let's do that. We'll do those for the next round, and that will round up tonight's episode of Wild Color Wednesday. For tonight's color, Green Weenie, while I'm thinking of it, and let's do it one more time here. Let's give another shout out to Yellow Barn Woodcrafter for being the sponsor of last episode we did. So thanks again, Joey, for being an awesome sponsor for the show. Congrats, Mike, on winning the Golden Shiner color. So appreciate y'all for playing along and entering the contest. So congrats again, Mike. And we'll see you tomorrow for sure to get those picked up. But I think, Mike, you're talking about the Shammer Twins in tonight's color. So I will definitely get some made up for you. If not first thing in the morning, but we will make that happen. So Peter Boy says, please, PLS. Did I miss something here? Maybe I did. Okay, keep going. All right, those are almost cooled off. We're going to have to cheat a little bit and prop up our cups here. I have a trusty custom piece of wood that I use to prop up my my cups, which brings all the plastic to the back corner, and I can get all of that into the injector there. So thank you, Delta Mike, for throwing the link up there. There is a link to our sponsor from the last Walk on Wednesday episode with Yellow Barn Woodcrafting. So thank you so much, Joey. Appreciate you for everything you do, not only for us, but for the veteran community as well. Little tidbit of information. Joey's the president down there at the VFW in Gonzales, Louisiana, which I'm a member of that one specifically. So thanks, Joey. Appreciate your selfless service after your military service to continue to look out for veterans and do great things. So appreciate you, brother. All right. I think we are just about ready to open these molds. We will get those warmed up just enough to do one more round here. Heck yeah. I like having a little bit of music on in the background. Doesn't feel like I'm talking or nothing here. Okay, there's that. Clear out the injector, and we will open up these molds here in just a few seconds. Uh-oh, that one's stuck. Uh-oh, let's not burn fingers here. All right, we get to do the target practice. You guys ready? Who are we going to get? Oh, we missed the camera just barely. That was close. Okay, round 3. Let's open up some molds here. Here is the Scuba Frogs. Let me get this one open here. All right, so there's the belly side. We'll show you guys that here real quick. The belly side of the Scuba Frog. These colors are showing up really good in the body, or this bigger size of bait. There's the purple side, if you guys can see that right there. Pretty good laminate line there as far as green to purple. Okay, not bad. Dan, there's no such thing as an Army sharpshooter. They all just spray and pray. Nobody's that good. Did you guys actually see it come out? I'm curious if that actually looked good. All right, there's the next batch of frogs. Again, purple over the top, a little bit of green on the belly. I wonder what these are going to look like. We'll throw a little bit of green light or that. Oh, can't have both those on. There we go. Oh, what do you guys think? There's the belly side of that frog. That really stands out. There's that purple side. You get a little bit of reflection. That glowy part just comes right through the purple side. You almost can't even see it. But if you hold it sideways, then you can kind of see the laminate line there between the two colors. Not bad. That's kind of cool that I'm trying not to blind myself here. There we go. Chris Felty, what's up, brother? He needs him a lizard. Yeah, man, we can hook that up. How many bags you want, Chris? I'll get you hooked up, man. Probably get some rock or something. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it, man. All right, this is the jar head. Here's the top view. You can kind of see right through that purple top view. This is a very translucent see-through bait with that green coming from underneath. You can definitely see that green belly right there, especially with that black light hitting it. That makes a lot of difference. Here, I'll show you exactly how much. There's the with black light. You can see it, and then we will unplug it. Now it goes back to kind of a purple. So, thanks, Fishing with Funk. Appreciate you, sir. Okay, we got one more of those to open, and then we will get going on the very last round. Yeah, so that one looks just like the other one. Here are the purple and green jar heads. We're going to flip one over so you guys can see that belly side one more time. But very see-through bait. There's a good laminate line off the runner. You can see the difference between the two colors. It's definitely there, the laminate, but being so translucent, it doesn't stand out as much as some of the other vibrant, bold colors that we do around here. But sometimes this way can actually work better. All right, we're almost done getting these hooked up. Okay, there we go. Everything's hung up. Swap out some molds. Like I said, we're going to do some tubes, and then where my little spacer go? There we go. And we're going to do some drop shot worms. How many we got here? Is that enough? Fingers clear. Okay, we're good. Trying not to lose any digits tonight. This vise is no joke. I've said it before, and I've done it before. Pinch my finger pretty good. Got to be careful. All right, here we go for round 4, the fourth and final round this evening. Like I said, we're going to have to cheat a little bit, prop up our plastic, try to get the most out of this we can. We're going to do some drop shot worms and the tubes, the 4-inch toe tube. Here we go. Fourth and final round going down. Just enough plastic. Holy cow, that was so close. All right, here we go. Close to fill the injector anyway. Okay, drop shot worms. Felt like that was pretty good. Okay, there's one tube. And 2. There we go. Okay, fourth and final round complete. All we got to do is wait for them to dry out, or excuse me, cool off, I should say, not dry out. But cool off and become solid. Then we can open these. Okay. Probably about a minute. We'll be opening these up here. That'll wrap up tonight's show. I want to thank you guys for sticking it out this long. I know towards the end here, it kind of gets a little dull, a little boring, but appreciate you guys sticking through to the very end. This will be the last reveal of the evening. Pretty cool color tonight. It was cool to give tribute to my old buddy Willie from way back in the day. Probably one of the oldest recipe books I've seen probably ever. So that's kind of cool to be able to pay tribute to a good friend of mine from back in the day, fellow bait makers. I think it's important we continue on the legacy of our predecessors, no matter what you're doing, whether it be fishing, bait making, gardening, whatever you're doing. If you've had a mentor in your life at some point, I think it's important that you at least pay tribute and pay respect to what they taught you and keep those traditions alive. I believe in those pretty firmly. So I think it's pretty cool I get a chance to do this. So even cooler that I get to share it with you guys. So oh yeah, right, Frank. It is always fun on my end. I really enjoy this kind of stuff and showing you guys different baits here and there, different techniques, all kinds of stuff. So definitely a good time on my end. Okay, the drop shot worms are almost cooled off. The tubes are almost there. Almost. Okay. 20 seconds. Sounds like the Dogo wants to come back out. I'll flip on the lights, I guess. Well, maybe not, because they show better when we don't have the big lights on. So we'll keep them off here. Let me put my cheater stick out of the way. Move that, move that. Yeah, we're too busy. We don't want to wait anymore. So here we go. Drop shot worms. These are the spotters. These are one of my favorite drop shot baits that we have here at Bunker Baits. Okay, there is the top purple side. Right there, you guys can see a little bit of that red and green flake kind of shining there. And look at the green coming out in the tails. That's crazy. When it gets thin there, but here we go. This is always fun. When you pull off the reveal here, you get to see the nice laminate colors coming through. Oh, there we go. He is, Dan. He is such a good boy. Did I get my Corvette yet? No, Darren, I didn't. One day. Those new ones look pretty sharp, but that price tag is goodness. All right, here we go with the tubes. This is the 4-inch toe tube. And this is kind of cool. I can show you guys. There's the green side, the belly side, if you will, of kind of that nice bright green. If we pull these out of here, I think I'm going to spare you guys the noise of the air compressor to pull these off here. Maybe we'll do one. But there is the purple side, the top color, if you will. That's kind of what those look like. Let me see if I can get one or two of these out of here without making too much noise. I have to peel all these little splines off. You know what? I don't think it's going to be too loud. We're going to do the old air compressor trick. Takes too long if I don't do this. One. Two. We got two more to go here. Three, and stick with me here. Woo, 4. That took a minute, but here we go. Thanks, John. Like a green spider, yeah. You get all these little tails out of the way, and we will show you the full deal for the tubes. They look so much different once they're out of the mold here, but you can see this is the green side you're looking at here with all our little tails. So there's the green side. We'll flip it to the purple side. And those are the tubes. Dan says, how do you make the body of the tubes thicker? It's a great question, Dan. There's a couple different ways. You can get different molds that come with the body thicker already, like a true triple dip thickness. Or let's say you want to do hand pours. If you guys have ever, well, I'll just show you what it is. So a standard tube mold, you have an insert just like this, and this goes inside the mold. And picture the cavity is milled around, and when you inject the plastic, it comes down and goes around this. What you can do is use these and just hand dip. Once you get hot plastic, you can actually hand dip these rods, pull them out for about 20 seconds, let it cool, and then you dip it again, and then dip it again. That'll give you the true triple dip tube. That's where that name came from, is dipping a rod 3 times to get that thickness that you're looking for as far as the fatter flipping tubes. If that answers your question, Dan. I think that's what you're asking. But that's how you get thicker tubes. Either have a mold that's milled with a thicker body, or you need to hand dip them and just dip them several times to get going. So, all right, folks, I think that just about does it for tonight's Wild Color Wednesday episode. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you guys for staying till the very end. I know, like I said, it gets a little slow at the end, but here we are. You guys made it. Proud of y'all. Thanks for the support. Appreciate all of you, especially all the texts and calls I got at the Shasta tournament. You guys are amazing. Can't thank you guys enough. So thank you guys again for being here. Hopefully you guys have a wonderful evening. We will catch you guys next week on Wednesday for the next episode of Wild Color Wednesday. So until then, want you guys take care, stay safe. If you can, get out and go fishing. There's a lot of good fishing still going on. So weather's been nice and warm. So all right, guys, have a good night. We'll catch you next week.